Hello, everyone. So, Tim Rifat, if I'm pronouncing it right, is the next person that I did a psychic reading for. I find this person very intriguing. I didn't know who he was. I've been doing this process where I find people I don't know anything about and I don't look them up until after I do the reading. And I think that there's a lot of value in doing it that way because then I don't have preconceived ideas. So, Tim Rifat, I've only looked up just a little bit after I did the reading, of course. And from what I get, he's kind of like David Icke, sort of. But he talks more about magic and he claims to be, from what I understand, he claims to be more associated with people like Katy Perry. I watched somebody talk about him that supposedly knows him on YouTube, and I went to his website, and it's kind of hard to really understand exactly what what he's about. But it seems like he talks about like Aleister Crowley type magic, and apparently remote viewing is also something that he is into. So that's what I found on him after doing the reading. So I did the reading before knowing any of this, and so let's see what came up. So I just wrote it out, so I'm going to read it word for word. So, Tim Rifat psychic reading. Adventure. That was the first word that came to my mind. Looking at society from the wilderness, studying those in power, trying to see what they are doing. He is the leader of this adventure, but he has some followers who he is showing this to as he looks through a telescope at the queen of civilization. And it was like he was looking, like he was in the forest looking through this telescope, watching society and specifically watching like this kingdom with this queen, and he was like really honed in on what the queen was doing in particular. um, like a scientist observing a beehive. Very tactical, as if militant in his plan to have others on his team also set up positions to spy and see what is happening. He takes risks by drinking the water from a stream, but also has the foresight to know it is probably safe, at least safe enough. There is a bit of carelessness to his behavior, almost like a bold drunkenness. However, it allows him to cut through the BS and not be a sheep. This seems to be a big deal for him. That is, not being a sheep. Crafty and unconventional in nature. He sees hidden mysteries in the sky along with the moon, symbolizing secrets or the unseen. He doesn't really seem to know what to make of everything, but he makes some strong convictions out of the information. About 65% of the information looks like unsettled and unfathomable information, and the other 35% is settled in his mind as what he believes. I see that some of this is a little less settled than he would like it to be, though. He is writing about his conclusions, and it all adds up for the most part, but there is still some wishy washiness to it all considering the circumstances. This is like paranormal activity type stuff. He is similar to a philosopher trying to make sense of the universe, but this is more hidden info. Speaking of things as if to say we are all in a simulation and things of that nature. I see he is not backed up by any organizations and doesn't have a giant solid following, but he has a good sized amount of people who read his work regardless. People seem to not take his word as the end all, and his followers seem to take it with a grain of salt, which is healthy. He seems honest, but doing his best to piece things together can be very confusing and not always very scientific or solidified information. There is some speculation involved. Regardless, his info is coming from a place of truth and honesty. He is deep thinking and can meditate to find his answers sometimes. He is like a philosopher. He allows his mind to take off with the element of wind and go wherever it goes. It can get stuck in weird, nonsensical areas sometimes and can cause confusion when trying to integrate with other facts. He is an honest man at heart, but can stretch the information to fit his diagram on occasion because he wants to be a philosopher that makes sense of things. This is in the realm of space and time travel, metaphysics, and quantum physics. What is not working for him? This is a question I asked. It just felt like something that needed to be asked. What is not working for him? He is stuck in a rut trying to draw more conclusions with what info he has, as if he can keep squeezing info out of it when it may be time to move on. His diagrams may be a little bit off, but composed of truths. So I'm not saying that the overall diagram is off, just maybe the way that they connect to try and make it fit as a whole. Maybe instead of trying to put it all together, maybe just leave the gaps. But by trying to put it all together, it kind of is stretching the information a little bit. The information only becomes inaccurate when he tries to stretch things to make everything fit together. Okay, I already just said that. So then I asked, what is working for him? He is like an artist of expression and good writer that gives his perspective. And again, he might not literally be a writer. This is just the way that I saw it. I see things more symbolically than literally, although it can be literal too. But I saw him as if he was writing it down. He may be a speaker. He may be writing down, like taking notes in his head. Either way, that's just the symbology that I saw. Him writing it all down. So he's able to find his answers within him, or he is like an artist of expression and a good writer that gives his perspective very well with deep insights. He's able to find his answers within himself with a neutral perspective, uninfluenced by the outside world due to his ability to escape it all and get his space. He is deep in thoughts like an architect building a house of information. I do not see him doing too much more in the world as far as future projects besides continuing sitting where he is with his neutral observations, as if waiting for more information to come, waiting for the sky to show him something new while he is out in nature observing what may be waiting to be discovered, waiting to spot the next shooting star. And I see him being out in nature as being significant because he's kind of separated himself from the rest of society, and therefore he's able to have somewhat more of a neutral perspective on things, and that being a big deal for him. So that's what I got for Tim Rifat. I have some more research to do into him and what he's about. I think it's going to be pretty interesting based off of what I've read and how this relates to stuff that he's into, which is very far out there and very interesting to read about. So, thank you for watching and have a great day.